Hey there, Dave Gardner here, your master trainer with Now Lifestyle. And what I want to show you is a quick start and to do first list and basically where you're starting. So you're getting in or you're already in Now Lifestyle, you're not really sure where to go. Maybe I've shared this website with you, start-quick.com, which redirects to my one of my blogs. And so on that first page, once you scroll down, this is where you'll be brought to. You have a couple different options. You can go and you can see, things from the old Now Lifestyle stuff, which is fitness and training. Don't focus on that right now, but marketing tips, documents, guides, and even this page right here has some great stuff. So we scroll down a little bit. Again, I recommend watching all the videos on here. I'm in the process of updating them depending on where you are and when you are watching this. So some of this appearance might be a little bit different. And so the Quick Start Guide, when you click on that Quick Start Guide, it's going to open up in a new tab or a new window. I recommend downloading it because there may be a link or two in there and you would not want to go off that. And so this basically is going to walk you through the members area and it's going to show you and talk about the different parts, but it's going to really focus on things to get you started as a reseller. Things like filling in your contact details, getting comfortable with the Autoresponder series and the Autoresponder follow-ups and campaigns. And so this report here, you can go page by page if you want to be able to go through and do a step-by-step, kind of like I'm holding your hand on some of the big picture ideas. We also go a little bit into the business, talking about the comp plan in here, how to get paid, also talk about things like the binary matrix videos 1 and 2, how to place people in your binary matrix. So I highly recommend clicking this so you have this as your reference. But right here, there's also going to be a video. I'm just using a picture to place it. Notice there's no like YouTube thing at the top or any other, there's no play button. This is just an image, but the video will be here by the time you come back to the site. And so let's go into the actual members area. And so a couple things what you're doing. Of course, I recommend highly that once you come in, step number one is you're going to watch this video with our Chief Marketing Officer and our Chief Visionary Officer. So Kyle and Nick. Kyle is the Chief Visionary Officer. Nick is the Chief Marketing Officer with Now Lifestyle. Joel Tarian, of course, being the Chief Executive Officer, CEO, right? And so once you're done, you may need to click this box after you're done, and that will unlock these other pieces. Okay, so I'm already in, and I've already done this, and I've already played around with this account. And so it may show again, but normally after you play it, if we watch what happens, notice when you check, it's going to recognize it. Notice it refreshed. It's now going to show me the ability to watch traffic, or excuse me, be able to get traffic, leads, and sales. Now, if you want to get in and get right in and like bam right to it, and you have an advertising budget, click that button. It's going to open up a new window. Now, depending on if there's packages available, for the sake of this video, they have actually stopped doing traffic advertising, but normally this is open. You can go and you can choose different traffic packages just by clicking how many you want. Do you want 25? Do you want 100, 500, whatever. And so the more you buy, of course, the more you save. And so there are times where, they have so many traffic and clicks they have to sell and or that they have available. And so if a bunch of people go and buy them, then they have to slow down. They have to basically put that up there for a little bit. So again, that idea of being sold out, you may see that. That just means you got to wait, and Joel will usually send you a message. But that is traffic that Joel does for us. And what that ties into is this part right here, the Reseller Center. And so a lot of what that Quick Start video, Quick Start guide is, if we go back to that other page, this Quick Start guide, a lot of that focuses on this piece right here, the lead capture system using the promotional links, and then also the business dealing with, figuring out the downline. There's details on the downline. There's details on your commission. So we're just going to focus on that for the sake of this video. And the first part, as we go, notice, if you haven't noticed, when you click these, they drop down. Certain things are available. Certain things are not, depending on what status you have. If you are a gold level member or a platinum level member, or if you're one of the original members from Now Lifestyle and you haven't upgraded yet, there's certain things that you may or may not see in that back office. So again, the focus of what to do when you get started, the goal, of course, is likely that you're going to run this as a business. And so you've likely increased and upgraded to your basically your reseller license at $25 a month, or 250 per the year, and that will entitle you to up to 100% commissions. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. If you want to get the yearly rate and you don't seem to have the link, put in a support ticket and they can bill you at the $250 rate, and you will save yourself 50 bucks on the year. Okay, commit to that year, commit to winning, and commit to being in. So let's take a look and let's dive in deep. And again, this follows what's going on in that quick start guide. It might not be word for word, but I'm gonna go through most of what we actually see there. So when you first click on Lead Capture System, you want to get yourself set up by clicking this button here. It says click here to get your contact details. You're going to enter all your details, put your name in there, your email, your cell phone, any Facebook, Skype address, so on and so forth. Now, the reason for doing that is if you do that traffic that I just mentioned a few minutes ago from Joel, those people are going to find out who their sponsor is, and they're going to get details to be able to contact you. It's also going to help integrate with campaigns and automation. And so it's going to have your name in there, it's going to have your phone number in there, so on and so forth. So that's some crucial details to have. Now, I am a grandfathered in member. I've been in with Now Lifestyle before the 2.0 launch. So we had previous campaigns in here. You may only see a few campaigns. The campaigns that you will see from May 2000 and forward, for sure and with certainty, you just scroll through here, are these bottom two. And those might be the only two. You maybe will see three. If you're doing traffic, maybe you'll get that third one in there. So if you're doing traffic through Joel and through Now Lifestyle, you'll see the Now Lifestyle paid leads campaign. You will see the early bird list campaign, and you will see the work from home campaign. All these other campaigns are other campaigns that I've tested and I've worked with and I've used in the past. And so because I have a grandfathered in account, they are there. Don't worry about them. Okay. The concept is the same. As long as you know the concept once, you'll be able to do it. So the campaigns, when you click the campaign tab, same concept. All those campaigns are listed there. You would see Now Lifestyle paid leads. If you've been doing traffic, you'll see if you've gotten any subscribers, if you have early bird list subscribers, or if you have the work from home list subscribers. Notice you can also see how many emails you sent, how many are active, pending members, unsubscribed, blocked, so on and so forth. So you can become familiar with your campaigns. Now, what you need to do, if you are going to do that traffic, click on the list button at the top. And what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down. So for example, down where it says Now Lifestyle paid leads, I want to go down on Now Lifestyle paid leads, and I want to go over and click this little pen looking thing, and I want to edit my details. And so I can change the name of where it's from. I can change the email where it's from. I can change notification. So notice that was an old one. I want to change that because that would go to me instead of somebody. I want it to go to me instead of somebody else. And so what you can do is you can go in here. If you have a domain name email, that looks a lot better. It looks a little bit more legitimate. Okay, it's not a requirement, but it is legitimate. You have a better chance of hitting the inbox when your emails are legitimate web-based emails. Part of the Now Lifestyle platform. Inside, just to take a side topic for a minute, in the digital products under the Authority Website Builder, when you upgrade to the Gold or Platinum or even the Enterprise package, you have access to the Authority Website Builder. You have access to web hosting. If you buy a domain either through Now Lifestyle or through someplace like GoDaddy for 10, 15 bucks a year, you can store and you can build your database on the Now Lifestyle platform. And what happens in that scenario is you can actually create yourself a domain-based email. So for example, mine is davegardner@thedavidgardner.com because I own the blog, or I own the domain thedavidgardner.com, and I have a blog at thedavidgardner.com. Okay, and so some of my domains I actually have built up as the actual domain, and some of my domains I forward. So again, for the sake of the beginning of this video, I mentioned if we go to that original website at start-quick.com, it actually forwards to one of my other websites, which is magneticsponsors.com. Okay, that's an actual website. Sometimes I forward, sometimes I just use the actual thing. And so having the actual domain, you'll actually be able to create yourself a domain email. Okay, again, it's not necessary, but it is beneficial. The other thing to do on this page is make sure you click notify about a new subscriber, because I want to make sure that I get information to me that I have a new subscriber in that campaign, so I can start to look for them either to see, and if I need to check to see if my holding tank is full, to see if I have a team member that's billed, or to see if someone is, maybe making sure that they're getting follow-ups accordingly and things like that. Now, once you're done, we're going to click edit once you have those details set. And like I said, we might want to go through, I'm just going to copy this email. We'll run through that one more time. We can go back to the list. Notice that little success thing popped up. Now I want to go back into the early bird list and just make sure that one, because I do have one subscriber in there. I want to make sure, yeah, I want to make sure and change this notification email. So we're going to change that and we're going to click edit. And then we're going to go back to the list one more time. And again, just show you how simple this is. I'm going to go back into this other list, the work from home, because that's going to be the other one after May 2020 that is going to be readily available. And we're going to change this to Dave Gardner at the David Gardner. Whoops. There we go. And we're going to do this one back to Barefoot Painting, which is my Gmail. Now, the difference between these two, the reply to email is the email that your subscriber would get a message to them sent from you. And it would be from, of course, you know, again, we'll change our name in here, or little nickname, Rad Dad. That's what my daughters call me. And so it's going to be from Dave Gardner at thedavidgardner.com. And if I reply, what happens when they reply to me, or they'll reply to me at Dave Gardner at thedavidgardner.com. Well, when I get a new subscriber, we get the notification email. The notification email goes to barefootpainting@gmail.com. Okay, so just, you don't have to have the same email for both of those. We're going to click edit. And again, then you're done. Once you've gone through all of your campaigns, you're done. That's quick and easy. What we can then do is start to create messages. And again, the scenario is going to be the same. We can create a series of follow-up messages. Now, some campaigns may come with a series of 3 to 5 follow-up messages, depending on if the Now Lifestyle corporate team or development team has put them in there. Otherwise, you can create your own, but I highly recommend you go in and you edit every one. Make sure they are personal to you and they sound like they're coming from you. And so, for example, when you look up here in the top, we can do and look at existing follow-ups. We can add follow-ups. We can look at existing broadcasts. We can send a live broadcast, and we can create an opt-in message. Now, the opt-in message is really only necessary if we add a subscriber. Usually that's not necessary because most of the campaigns are going to be single opt-in that are set up by Now Lifestyle. And so over here on the top right, you can choose your campaigns. And again, same scenario. There's 3 campaigns that you will likely see: Now Lifestyle paid leads, the early bird list, and the work from home. Notice this one's a little bit different because this page right here, they're alphabetical. Okay, here the list is alphabetical. On the previous page we were looking, they were in there in the way in which they were added by Now Lifestyle. So early bird list and the work from home ones were the most recent ones and the latest ones created. So those were at the bottom of the list. Now, if I go to, for example, my early bird list, I have created, personally, I went in and I typed in a couple follow-up emails. So I physically went in and wrote those. Now, when you're first looking, you won't see any in there. But what you're going to do, you're going to click the add follow-up button. Okay, and when you do your first message, you're going to click add follow-up. And what you're going to do, instead of a 1, you're going to put a 0. Okay, on your first message, make sure it's a 0. That means as soon as they opt in, they're going to go automatic. Now, the second time and the third time and the fourth and fifth and sixth and however many follow-ups you write after that, you can leave it at 1, because what that means is it will go the next day and then the next day and the next day and the next day. Okay, now you might want to make as many as you can before you actually start getting the traffic. Otherwise, maybe just add in 1 a day, because if you put them in too slow, what happens, you might put one in and press edit or press add. Down at the bottom, you're going to press add. And what happens is everyone that's a subscriber at that point will get queued for that next message if they've already received all of your follow-ups. Okay. And so what happens is if you then send another, so then their email goes out and they're back to 0 again. If you then add another message like an hour later, they're going to get a second message that same day when maybe they were meant to be sent over the course of many days. So just be careful of that in the beginning. Again, if you can put in the more you can in the beginning, if you want to just add them in, if you have them ready and you can add them in fast, then, if you could add 2 or 3 in fast, then you'll be able to add in 1 every hour, because they'll still only be stuck on that first or second message. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, once you've made the message and you've added your details and you've clicked basically the add button at the bottom, you're going to then be redirected, or likely be redirected back to the follow-up, and you're going to see that you now have your first follow-up. We're going to add a second one, and we're going to add a third one. And so what we're going to do again, and I'm going to actually run through one right now live. Okay, so if you add a follow-up, notice I had 3 there to begin with. Okay, so did you take action today. Okay. Now, a couple cool things. We have a lot of editing software. Again, now, what I want you to do inside the member area, I don't want to make this a perfect, huge training, because inside the member area, I've created over 100 videos for this member area specifically. All you have to do is click that button and you will see the video that goes in depth for every single section. Okay. So once you're going through that, again, did you take action today? We can go down to subscriber, and then I can go up to first name, and that will automatically populate the subscriber's first name when they get the message. Just checking in and wanting to let you know I am here for your success. Let's rock this now lifestyle program. If you did not sign up yet, be sure to do that right here. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab that link, and there is my link that will go right to the sales page for that person, okay, for this account. And so we're going to add in some details. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to also add in a picture. I can click the little icon, I can upload, or I can get the source. I can get the actual web link for this and I can change it, but I want to go through and just grab the image. So I can upload, and then I browse for an image. I'm going to go into my pictures, and here we are at the fire with my Now Lifestyle shirt on. And a cool thing, I can talk about it, and I can change the dimensions. That would be really big. I'm going to change this to 600, and when I pop outside the box, it automatically populates that so the proportions stay the same. And a cool thing is the link function. So I'm going to copy my link here. I'm also going to click on this chain link, and I'm going to add that in there so that I actually have a live hyperlink in my email. But what makes it even better is I can actually link my picture, and I'm going to click and do the same thing. And notice, let's see, lock arms with me in the Now Lifestyle. And then you don't really need to worry about this. More so if you're on a website, you would always want to do open things in a new window so they don't go off here, but it automatically goes in a new window from any email service. So that is good to go. And if you notice, you can scroll down. I always like to copy the whole thing. I do Control A inside the box. Again, we'll scroll up. Somewhere in the box, I do Control A, that highlights the whole thing. Control C copies it, or you can just do right click and copy. And then in the bottom box, I always like to add it because there are some email service providers that don't like pictures. So I want to be able to at least give them the text and the basic text message that goes through there if HTML and code and images aren't accepted. And so again, this message is, did you take action today? I already had 3 messages in there. I'm going to click add, and now I will have a 4th message. Okay, successfully updated. So here's my 4th message now, and boom, I have a follow-up. Now, my broadcasts are a little bit different. Broadcast is something you're going to either do live or was done more recently, and you're going to talk about current events. A big note to follow with the follow-ups is do not use any current events, because if you're talking about weather and it is mid-June and you live in Florida and you're saying that it got down to 40 degrees, that doesn't make sense. Or August, right? If it's December, maybe it does get down to 40 degrees in Florida once in a while. I've been in Florida personally when it snowed before, but I live in central New York, and in the middle of summer, maybe it can be 40, 50, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but in the summer it can also be 90. But I wouldn't talk about a blizzard or a snowstorm. I wouldn't talk about what I got for Christmas if it's June. You might say in the message, I was thinking back to one Christmas when, then it kind of clears the air. But if you're talking about current events, if you're talking about a sporting event, your championship, and your team hasn't won the championship for years, it doesn't make sense, and the reader is going to question your integrity, just to do that. So just be wary of this. Now, as far as the broadcast versus send broadcast, Broadcast messages are messages that went out in the past. Okay, so I just did a little test. Notice my date, March 31st. So it went out to 4 people, and it was just test email, so we don't really have much action there, opens, clicks. And so if I want to do a send broadcast, the send broadcast is the same concept as a follow-up, but you're doing it live. Okay, you're doing it live. And you can actually choose the campaign. So like I said before, you would actually go in and you would choose, like I said, you would have the work from home campaign, you would have the early bird list. Notice they're coming over here when I click on them, and you would have the Now Lifestyle paid leads. Now, you only need to click on those if you have subscribers in those campaigns. If you do not have any subscribers in any campaigns, do not bother sending mails. You do only send mails if you have subscribers. Okay, you do not send mails if you don't have subscribers, because they would not be going to anybody. So we're going to go through, we can send a message. We have people, and right now I only have someone in the early bird list. I don't have any other members. I think I have Now Lifestyle free customer. Okay, and so I would do the same process. Okay, we could say something like this. All right, holy crap, that was huge, right? Something to make them think a little bit. Be like, again, hey, and I can go in, add the subscriber first name. Did you just see that message from the CEO? It's freaking huge. Yeah, the discount, right? On the Now Academy, and being able to still get commissions even if we don't own it. No, you still have to be at least gold level and have the reseller license. All right, and I am going to just copy the whole message that I had from before. And so I got my link right there. Let's see, I want to get rid of and dump the rest of the stuff from the other day. So basically, again, I copied that same message just so I could have the same link. So we have the discount for the Now Academy, being able to still get commissions, blah, blah. Okay, lock in, grab your account. Here now, if you have not done so already. Okay, I'm going to put AKA the Rad Dad. Now, same process. I have it in both cases. We have the link in here. We got the highlighted link. I'm going to copy the whole thing. I'm going to paste it down at the bottom. And the big difference between a send broadcast and a follow-up, it says it was updated successfully, but you're not done. Okay, I want to stress that you're not done at this point. Even though it says successfully updated, all that did was put it into the pending broadcast. Okay, at this part, the message has not been sent. Notice this one was sent, but this is pending. So I'm going to click over here. This is a crucial step. If you do not click it, the message will never send. It will sit here for eternity. This queues it up. Right now it's pending. By clicking this, I queue it up. If I want to go back in and edit it or change something, I can go in and edit it. I can test it and send it to myself, and I can actually delete it. But what we want to do is we want to actually queue it up and click the queue, and we want to get it set and ready. So notice now it says successfully updated again. It's still pending, but notice those tabs have disappeared. Now I only have one, and I can choose to stop sending this. So I'm going to continue with this video, and we'll come back now in a few minutes, and I'll show you the differences. So that's the extent, though, of really the couple things that you need to focus on. If you are getting traffic, you need a page to send them to. So I'm going to show you how to get that link in just a second. But you need to be able to follow up with those people. That's the key thing. Follow up, follow up, follow up. I have people on my list that became, trial members or became just a lead over a year or over 2 years ago. But because I stopped, or, I didn't stop, but because I did not stop and I didn't quit, I refused to quit, right? And so I continued to email those people, a few times a week, I'll admit I don't do it every day. I try to do as many times as I can a week, but life happens. Try to email them as many times as you can per week so that they become familiar with you and they get to know you. People like to work with other people. So share your experiences in these stories now, or in these messages. Now, I kept both of those messages very brief just for the sake of this training. You can make them as long as you want. You can make them as short as you want. You can make them as personal as you want. You can leave stuff out. Okay, it's really up to you and how you want to do it. Now, the other major bonus is that Joel and the CEOs, or excuse me, the CEO Joel and Nick and Kyle will also send emails on our behalf with our coded affiliate links to those same leads. So it's super powerful that we can hit people from both ends to get them to potentially join over time. Now, what we can also do is look at subscribers, and I can see my subscribers. So, for example, I have 4 free customers and I have 1 in the early bird list. So it's a good thing that I chose those campaigns. I can go in and I can look at the subscriber list, and we can just see different persons. I would also, again, if I change the campaign, notice there's 1 person in this campaign. If we go to the free customer list, I believe there were 4 in that campaign. So we see a couple there again, just as far as testing. Now, how these work is through, especially with this early bird list. Okay, the early bird list and the work from home are the main ones you're going to see right now. Now, how you get your link is right here. Now Lifestyle Promotional Links. Again, we're still in the Reseller Center. Now Lifestyle Promotional Links. Under the promotional links, we have 2 forms here. Now, if we think back to the link that I used inside those 2 emails, it was this one right here. I'm going to open this in a new tab, or maybe I'm not. I'm going to click on the image. Sorry, it didn't open. It was just going to open a blank screen. And so notice when I scroll down, there's that link that I used, the nowlifestyle.com/earlybird/ID, and then my the test accounts ID is on there. And so that is the link that I would send to a lead I already have, because that went straight to the sales page. If you have a warm market, you have people that someone reaches to you out of the blue and says, hey, so-and-so, I see that you are having good success. I've known you for a long time. I finally want to check it out. Can you send me your link? This would be the link you want to send them to get them to join as basically a paid member. Now, if you want to get them on your list too, so you can follow up with them and you can email them, then instead of the sales page, what we want to do, we can go back to the list and we can click this one. This is going to be our funnel. It says the early bird list funnel. Click on the image to get your affiliate link. Now, we only have 2 to choose from here. As you continue and as we go over time, again, it's May 2020 as I'm filming this. As we go over time, more of these pages will be added in. I mentioned the work from home campaign. There will be work from home images and funnels and links to click as well. So when you click on that link the image, or click on that image, the page will populate and we'll be able to actually grab our affiliate link that we would share with someone, or we would share with an advertising firm, or if you did solo ads. And when you go there, you can actually see a series of what happens in the funnel. They go to the page, they opt in. Once they opt in, they're going to see the offer to join. And once they join, they have the ability to become a reseller. And then once they're inside, they have the ability to upgrade to the Now Academy, which is an additional training. And also what I mentioned in one of those emails about having a discounted rate. It's often discounted maybe for the first 7 days as a membership, and then the price will go up. And so again, when you scroll to the bottom of either of those pages, you will see your link. So notice this one is earlybirdlist.com. That's a little bit different, so you have to pay attention and take note. But in both cases, at the very end is my ID. So the link here /hidden, and then we have $ID equals, and then whatever your username is. Okay, that username is what you're going to use and make sure that it's affiliate, or that it's attached to you and connected to you for the commission. And so one of the other things that I mentioned in some of the videos, and it may be in the Quickstart guide, is the idea of tracking. If I want to know where my leads are coming from, so let's say I blasted this all over, and I wouldn't recommend this, but let's say you just blasted this all over. You put it on YouTube, and you put it on Facebook, and you put it on social media, like your Instagram or, a Snapchat, and then, maybe you put it on a blog, and maybe you sent emails to your brother and sister and nephew and your former roommates. And you have your email, you have your links all over to get people to, opt in. When people are opting in, you don't know where they are opting in from. Did someone see your blog? Did someone see YouTube? Did someone see it on Facebook? Was it an email? You really probably don't know. And so you can add a tracker. And so I want to show you what happens. So if I just add the word Facebook, I could do Facebook May 2020. And then I know this was a post that I put on Facebook on May 2020. You know, maybe I even put the date, May 11-2020. I'm very specific. Now, I'm still in the box. Notice it's flashing right there. Once I click out of the box, it doesn't matter where I click. I want you to notice what happens down here, okay? So I'm going to click out of the box and notice it adds that tracker. So Facebook / May 11/2020. Down here, Facebook / May 11/2020. So you're going to actually open up and you're going to click that open up and create a new link tab. And notice we'll see the website open up. And there I have my full affiliate link with the tracking on it. So the earlybirdlist.com/hidden $ID equals, and then there's my username for the test account. And then we have the tracker at the end. Tracker equals, that's what TR is. Tracker equals Facebook / May 11/2020. Okay. Now, what happens is once you start, and I'm going to highlight this and I'm going to close this window, and I'm actually going to open it in a different browser. And I'm just going to paste that web address in there. So again, there it is, hidden / ID equals Big Home Business. You know, there's my test account. And then there's Facebook - May 11/2020. When I click enter, it's going to go to that capture page. Once that capture page is pulled up, now that is cookied to you, and people will know. If you get someone to register, you'll know that you're getting traffic and you're getting opt-ins to that page. So when we go back to that members area, what I can do now, if I click search for May 2020, notice I now have some clicks and visits. This one other visit was just the generic for the site, and this is generic too. So notice it's just the generic list. What I want to actually do now is I can actually click, and we'll refresh it. The tracker didn't show up yet, but I do have 2 clicks there. So let's go back into the actual page that we saw. And notice now I have my tracker. My tracker showed up. Okay, so before it didn't because I hadn't shown any clicks on it yet. But now I have the tracker. Now I have the actual tracking link. And now I can click again. Same thing. I can see what my stats were from May 2020. And notice I have 2 clicks today. I have the first one when I create it and the second one when I went in that other browser. Now, as people opt in, I'll see if there are leads from there. And over time, maybe I'll see if there was a sale that was generated and any money that was earned. So it's great for your tracking to be able to do that, okay? So another key and crucial thing. So let's say, again, you're sending out traffic, you're following up with emails, and one of the other key things you want to do when we go into that Quickstart guide, if we scroll down, just want to kind of touch base. So, we hit on going through the messages and follow-ups. I'll just make sure we didn't do it in exactly the same steps. This guide takes you a little more by the hand, step by step, and points out a little more pictures. But I just want to follow, make sure we're hitting up. So there's messages, broadcast. We got text messages. We got the send broadcast again. So we're doing a good job here. There's adding the messages in. We got clicking the plus button. We talked about that. And so a lot of this document is walking you through using that account. All right. Next crucial thing. Notice up to the name. Excuse me. You are going to edit your account and edit your billing. You want to make sure that you have your details in there. And one of the crucial things, make sure you have your name, your email, how you want it to appear. If you want to be a contact from upline, downline, this part right here is crucial where it says lead capture system. You have to have details there so that when you send emails, it looks like a legitimate business. You do not want to get in trouble with, spam laws and other things and other regulations from other countries because you're not sending things legitimately. Okay, so adding that in there. If you want to get paid, follow through and look at the payment stuff. I'm not going to train you on all that because, again, there's training videos here. Same thing, edit billing. You're going to want to go into the billing. Make sure your billing details, credit card information is legitimate. Make sure it's correct. Any old bills, you can scroll down and you can see your transaction history and you can look at the receipts to see what those bills are for. Okay. Now, where that's going to take us to is the business part. The last part here is basically getting paid. And a couple other things I want to follow through here, and then we'll wrap this video up, because we are already on 35 minutes. We are rocking. Okay. But again, we're doing a lot of stuff, but we're still compressing it into time instead of going through all the videos individually. I'm just kind of walking you through it all. Once we go through a couple things here, download again my business into my commissions. Oops. Get rid of that. Go back into the member area. Into the My Commissions tab under My Business, you want to make sure you look at especially the PDF of the compensation plan. Take a look and become familiar with how you get paid on the 3 levels: direct, matching check bonus, and binary. Okay. The other thing you want to do if you live in the United States, you must fill out a W-9 if you want to get paid so they can send you the 1099 form in January, February of the next year based on what you earn. And so you're going to fill that out. It will pop up. If you click it, it opens up in a new window and you can type your W-9 details in there. You do have to print it out and sign it. Then you can take a picture of it or scan it, and then you're going to email it back to w9@gvocorp.com. Okay. And that is pretty much it, because once you go through again the comp plan and there's more details in there, I'm not going to go into this because it's all laid out for you in the members area and on the website, again, where we are over here. Back to watching this video. So I hope you found some immense value in getting started and what to do. Again, I focused a lot on the idea of making sure your contact details were set. Make sure you know how to use the email system for the follow-ups with the promotions of Now Lifestyle. Now, building your own email autoresponder for your own business is different. So I just want to take a quick minute or two. That would be up here. If you have your own website and you want to promote your own things, you're going to come up to digital products and you're going to go to the email autoresponder. Okay, that's totally different. That has nothing to do with Now Lifestyle. However, you can use it to promote and create Now Lifestyle follow-ups for different campaigns. Let's say you want to make your own follow-up campaign and do your own capture pages. You can absolutely do this. Watch the videos. Again, I don't want to talk about a training on every single thing because every single thing has already been done for you. I've created the video. So for example, if you click on campaigns and you don't know how to do it, okay, the first thing you're gonna do, add a campaign, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know how to add a campaign. Watch the video. Okay, watch the video. Notice there it is, add campaign right there. So we're looking at the same thing. Everything's highlighted. The red campaign, add campaign, red campaign, add campaign. So there are videos on every single tab. I can't stress that enough. This is your trainer. Okay, I am your master trainer. I've put it all here for you to use. And so again, we're a little bit close to 40 minutes. I appreciate your time. Hopefully this has helped. Hopefully this document helped. One of the other things, if you're watching this video, go up to this same site again at start-quick.com if you're on the site and click the documents and guides tab, because I have a heck of a lot more. I actually broke down and did a checklist, which is a little bit different. The update needs to be in the Quickstart guide. But back here, if we look, we have some Quickstart guides. We have NLS terms and logo. We got email swipe copy, the start guide, which is what we saw on the other page. But then I have a checklist of things to do in every single section. Okay, so for example, what we looked at today, okay, we looked at the start here video. Okay, we looked at the reseller promotional links. We looked at the reseller lead capture system. We looked just at the very, very end, we looked at the email autoresponder, which is your independent system. We looked at, for example, my business and figuring that out and then actually doing the W-9. So again, so much value here. Make use of as much things as you can. If you come to any one of these pages, so for example, like I said, if I come to the email autoresponder and click this, it's going to open up a new window and a new tab, and there is a checklist. This is not, again, a perfect how to do everything in Now Lifestyle, but it's a checklist of what each thing is for that section. Okay, so this is the email autoresponder. So take advantage of all this stuff, and the continuous action you take is what's going to lead you into becoming a success with us. Again, so hopefully you found massive value in here. If I can get this picture to show up, but that's basically what we've been doing here. What are you going to do first? What are you going to start with? And where are you going to start? And so that basically wraps it up. Take some serious action. If you have questions, reach out to me. Always glad to help.